Welcome back out to T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, which is the site of Big 12 Media Days, and we are pleased to be joined right now by the women's basketball coach for the University of Kansas. Brandon Schneider is joining us here on Big 12 Radio as we preview the upcoming season for the Jayhawks. So what's the expectation here? You've got quite the recruiting class coming in on the heels of Samaya, last year's a true freshman. So, where are you now in terms of, you've turned over an experienced roster with a young, up-and-coming, very talented roster.
Yeah, I think a really good mesh of 7 returners and 5 newcomers. Should we be able to get them to connect and mesh, I won't even say quickly, but in an appropriate fashion, I think our expectations are as high as they ever have been.
Coach, a noteworthy freshman class. When you're out recruiting, what are some things on the checklist that every player has to have if they're going to come to Kansas?
Well, I think we've been able to turn things around with an emphasis on culture and chemistry above everything. You have to check those boxes for us to even consider you. And then we dive into, athleticism and skill set and all those kind of things. But we've been, I think, very successful and have turned some real corners, valuing some important traits.
Do you feel like you're in position with your freshmen to play meaningful minutes this year?
Absolutely. Jaliya Davis is definitely going to be an impact freshman. I think is solidified already. The starting 4 spot for us, and we have 2 other freshmen on the perimeter that we're expecting to play impactful roles. Not sure exactly what that'll look like. Will it be in the starting lineup or come off the bench? But they're going to have important roles.
Coach, you have an elite scorer in Samaya Nichols. What else can she do offensively? I mean, what do you need from her this season? How would you define her role?
Well, I think her usage rate a year ago was entirely too high. Mm-hmm. We've got to find a way to not play her as many minutes so that she can be close to as full strength as possible when we get to March. I'll give you an example. We played a close scrimmage the other day. She took 1 shot, and she had 10 assists. So I think now, are we going to need her to be more aggressive than that? Absolutely. But I think she's done a terrific job of helping our new players, in particular our freshmen, gel and build some connectivity really early.
But you'd take 10 assists a night?
I would take 10 assists a night because I know that I'm then close to a triple-double.
There you go.
I mean, she was 3rd in the country in free throw attempts a year ago at the point guard position. So lacking aggression is not something that,
it's not something you're worried about,
no.
Yeah.
Coach, it's still October. You're not worried about your team being perfect or nearly close to that at all at this point. So in a practice right now, what are the little things that you're really focusing on and worried about getting better?
Well, I think the things that happen all the time, transition defense happens all the time. So we're going to spend a lot of time there, and we need to be really good in that area. Rebounding happens every possession. So we're going to put a lot of focus, in that. I think being able to guard the ball is something that's become harder and harder with the caliber of players that we're seeing, year in and year out. And then with the nature of basketball and how it's evolved, I mean, ball screen coverages and rotations, I think, are really, really important. So there may be some things that we're going to mess up, especially early in the year, just because we haven't spent enough time on those things. But we try to focus on the things that happen the most and be good in those areas.
Your time at KU predates Travis Goff, but, what have you taken away from his leadership as he's come on at KU?
Well, he's incredibly supportive, and he wants women's basketball to be really good. He wants women's basketball to be national competitive. He's willing to give us the resources that we need, And I think he wants to capitalize on the trend that we're seeing with the popularity of women's basketball, both on the collegiate and professional levels.
In terms of roster construction and last season, I want to ask you about rebounding. What have you done to address having some better numbers on the glass?
Yeah, I think our frontline play is much improved. I don't know, we don't have a 6'6" Tiana Jackson that can be dominant in that area, but I think we can collectively be better. And we've improved our team size. I think if we started a game tomorrow, we'd be 6 foot 5'11", 6'3", 6'3", 6'3", which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to have to do it by committee, and we just have to have more people who are committed. We call them 2-second fights. When that ball goes up, we all have to look for our 2-second fight and go compete.
Do you have one of your get-to-know questions ready for him?
Always, Coach. Always. Always have the get-to-know-you questions. What is?
Think of a really good one here.
What is your? Let's say you're having a cheat day. You can eat anything. What's your go-to cheat meal?
Wow. I think my go-to cheat would be a bottle of wine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So my meal would start with
wine,
drink.
and it would end with wine.
Yes.
Maybe some wine in between.
But there would be a steak involved, but definitely a really good bottle of wine, because that's something that I've tried to cut back on. So I'm kind of missing it.
Red wine?
I was going to ask
Yes.
that, red or white, yeah.
Yeah, red. I will drink a white, but it would be more of a Vino Verde or a Sauvignon Blanc.
And then what's your go-to steak cut and temperature?
Well, medium rare plus.
Okay, yeah.
In that range, and
There's no wrong answers here, but that's the right answer.
but I'm going to go with either a fillet or ribeye, depending. But those are my top two.
We need to have some steak and wine together. Brandon Schneider, the Kansas basketball coach. Appreciate your time. Good luck this year, Coach. Rock chalk.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to Big 12 Media Days in Kansas City, T-Mobile Center. We'll talk with a couple of Jayhawks here about Kansas women's basketball. Elle Evans and Jaliya Davis. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. All right, Jaliya, let's start with you. Why Kansas?
I chose Kansas because I'm from Overland Park, so this is pretty much down the street for me. I've always had a really good relationship with Coach Brandon. He was one of my first offers, so I think that was kind of also a big part in this school I chose.
Did you grow up a Jayhawk fan?
Yeah, for sure. I grew up kind of watching a lot. Coming here, obviously, I mean, this is down the street for me. So, yeah, I've definitely grown up a KU fan.
What can fans expect when they watch you play, and why do you think that style of play fits in with Kansas?
I think I play really fast. I like to run the floor. I like to get rebounds. I like to just put as much energy as I can onto the court. And I think that kind of translates to Kansas because Samaya has a really good point guard who can get downhill quickly and look for the right pass.
What's one thing you guys both have been working on in this off season, in the summer, maybe when you're in the gym by yourself? Like, what is that one thing that you guys are really trying to level up for this season?
Yeah, I think for me personally, the biggest thing this offseason that I kind of changed was my footwork actually on my shooting. I've become more comfortable coming off certain ball screens and certain reads, and just also getting my shot off faster. So I think that was one thing that I changed this offseason that's going to definitely help us this year.
Yeah, and I've really been trying to hone on trying to expand my game, like trying to shoot more outside, 15-footers, three-pointers. I kind of get in a lot to the gym and try and work on those kind of things.
Was that something that coach came to you about, or you thought you wanted to change or tweak on your own, or was there an assistant coach that maybe has helped you in the summer when you're in the gym? Or
Yeah, so it actually was kind of my idea. Last year, my footwork was a little odd, but they didn't really want to change anything. But this off season, I kind of sat down with one of our assistants, Morgan Page, and I kind of said that I wanted to change it in a way just because I knew that it would help me get my release off faster. And obviously, I feel like everyone kind of knows that I like to shoot the three, so I think just having that ability to get it off faster, I think, would help. So she was definitely a big part of helping me change my footwork.
Yeah, I'm curious, Elle, as you came in last year from North Dakota State, did you, how quickly did you realize, I can play at this level? I'm sure that was something that had to come to you, but I mean, how quickly did you realize that?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a big reason why I came here to play at a bigger level. And I knew that I would be able to have a good impact right away. But I think that probably like throughout the middle of the non-con, it kind of like hit me like, okay, like this is kind of how it's going to be, and this is going to be a big role, a big impact. But yeah, I mean, I think that I kind of knew right away, which is also a big reason why I chose KU.
How about you? I mean, you obviously don't know it yet, but I mean, I'm assuming as a 5-star, you coming in, like you have the confidence to feel like you can play at this level.
Yeah, that was also kind of one of the things I was looking for. I was looking for a school that I could come in and make an impact like immediately. And just being able to play in front of people that I know, I think that was also just something that was important.
Was Samaya a big influence on you coming there too?
Yeah, definitely. Me and Samaya like communicated a lot during my recruitment process, and she definitely was something that helped me push.
All the 5-stars from OP. All right, Samaya, all of them. We got to get them all to KU. All of them. There's apparently a lot of them. Who knew?
Uh-oh, we got someone on the radar. Okay, so you guys have both played at other schools. What are the benefits of learning a different system, and how does that play into the knowledge of the game that you guys bring here to Kansas?
Yeah, I mean, I think the benefits is just playing with different types of players. But I think being here, just kind of knowing who you're playing with, and I think the more that we've gone on since June, I think we've kind of realized the kind of teammates that we have. So being able to play to each other's strengths, I think, is something that's really going to help us stretch the floor this year.
Yeah, and for me, I think being able to play under Coach Ann Fritz, she's kind of a legend here in Overland Park and the Kansas City area, and she's really helped me to get prepared for coming in and making an impact immediately.
Anything fun you guys have done this summer together as a team off the court?
Oh, gosh. What have we done? Oh, yeah. We've thrown a couple pretty big birthday parties for some of our teammates. But
yeah,
honestly,
that was big 21.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it 21? Yeah.
yeah, it was my 21st, so we had a great night.
Oh, that's fun.
Samaya, is there anything you want to ask them? Come on up to the mic, Samaya.
Yes, come on, join us.
Samaya Nichols.
Let me think.
You can grill them. I mean, ask them anything you want.
Oh, gosh.
I would never do that to them. It would make them uncomfortable. Okay. What are you most excited for when it comes to the season, like the point of games? Like, are you ready for the close games, the games where we blow people out? Like, what game do you want?
I think I'm really excited to compete in for the close games.
Mm-hmm.
I think being able to just be competitive with a bunch of other people and really good teams is something that I'm really excited for.
So you'd prefer a close game?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
now what game would you prefer?
I think I obviously love a good competitive game. I think whenever it's a close game and your team does something good and you guys all everyone just is able to hype each other up, I think there's no better feeling than celebrating with your teammates, especially after a big close win.
All right, so I'm a Jayhawk. So we're tied with K-State. Who do we want on the foul line with 2 free throws with a second left in a tie game?
It's Maya.
You know,
Samaya.
I shot a lot of free throws in my days,
Yeah.
right? But it does depend on how many times I was fouling. So if I didn't play that long, am I that warm? Now we know Elle. Elle can play 50 minutes straight. So I'd put Elle on that line if I wasn't fouling.
Yeah, I'd probably put one of you two on the line for sure.
Awesome. Well, good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.